be replacing the coil springs on my BMW E61 535D. This coil spring is broken. As you guys can see, the spring should be here and it's not. I'm gonna have to replace both front springs, and I bought these ones from Eibach. In my opinion, they're the best quality coil springs. Cost me £92.
Not bad, bearing in mind they're one of the best lowering springs on the market. These springs, they supposed to lower the car up to 30mm. On M Sport models they might lower a little bit less, but they still give you the same comfort. Okay, so let's fit the springs and see how it feels and how it looks.
Right, in order for us to remove the strut, we're gonna have to remove this bolt here. Okay, but we're gonna have to remove this plastic first. Here we have two bolts. Here we have a nut for the track rod end, and over here we're just gonna remove this cable here from the brackets. Okay, and then on the top we should have 3 nuts here, which is going to be the last thing. To remove this plastic we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts, and we can remove this plastic to remove this bolt. Right, after removing this plastic, we have now access to this bolt here. It's 18mm bolt with a nut on the other side. Okay, we're just going to remove that next. Next we're going to remove this bolt. It's an 18mm bolt with the 18mm nuts on the back, and remove this one as well. This is a 16mm bolt. Next we're going to remove this nut. It's a 22mm nut from the track rod end. Here I'm going to use a ball joint separator. Now we're just gonna pull this out. So next we're going to spray some WD-40 around the struts. So now I'm going to remove the ABS sensor. This is an Allen key number 5. Right, now I'm going to use a chisel and I'm going to open the hub so the strut can slide out. As you can see now we have a gap here and the strut can just slide out very easy. So the next step is going on the top. I'm just going to remove this plastic. We have 1, 2 clips here. I'm just going to remove that So now we have 3 nuts. These are 13mm nuts. So after removing the 3 nuts on the top, we can just remove the strut. All we have to just move it out. Right, let me just show you how the spring looks like. It's in a very dangerous position. As you can see, it's just about to snap.
Tem o maior cuidado possível, que é perigoso.
So now we have the new spring in place. So now we're ready to put the strut back.
Now I'm just gonna put all the bolts back and tighten everything. Basically just the reverse of what we done. imagem, cara.
Right guys, new spring now fitted, all the bolts tightened, everything back in place, the plastic cover as well, and now we're just gonna lower the car and do the other side. The other side is basically the same thing we done on this side. Right guys, both sides now done. We just finished doing this side. On this side the only difference is there is a sensor there. You just need to remove the sensor. Apart from that, the procedure is exactly the same. In terms of height, it lowered probably 20 millimeters. It says it lowers 30 millimeters, but I reckon because this is an M Sport model, it only lowered 20 millimeters. I'm happy with the height. It's exactly what I wanted. On the rear, I can just adjust it with the computer, so I'm not really worried. I'm just gonna take the car outside and show you a little bit better. Right, that's how it looks like. It looks a little bit higher over here than inside of the garage, you know, because of the floor there is not leveled. But that's how it looks. To be honest, I don't think it lowered the 20 mil, but I went for a ride and it still gives me the same comfort as the stock M Sport coil springs. Let me show you the other side as well. If you want to go lower, you can buy 50 mil coil springs, as I did on my 1 Series BMW. This is a 120D. I fitted the 50 millimeters all around. They cheap springs. They cost me, for the full springs I paid 110 or 115, something like that. It really lowers the car to maximum, but you lose all the comfort. It all depends what you use the car for. For example, this car I only use once a week, sometimes once in 2 weeks. That's why I decided to go for a 50 mil lowering springs. Because this one is my daily, I need comfort. So I've got some nice Eibach Pro Kit lowering springs with the stock shock absorber. I think it's sashes. On the rear, it's all standard, but I've lowered with the computer. If you haven't seen the other video, go and have a look at the other video. You'll see me lowering the rear suspension on this car. Okay, it looks good. It's not too low, it's not too high. And the good thing with this air suspension is it stays like that all the time. It doesn't matter if you carry 5 people, if you carry 1 people, if you have luggage in your boot, it stays like that all the time because it has a sensor which levels the suspension at this height all the time. Okay, so I'm happy with the suspension. Not going to do anything else on the suspension. Next job is going to be the starter motor. It just started to playing up, so I'm going to have to replace the starter motor next. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and again, thanks for watching. See you next video. That's